Welcome to Seneca Lady Indians Softball on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're listening to the official pregame show of the Seneca Lady Indians. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
And a pleasant good evening, and we welcome you here to Seneca as we get set for high school softball here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network as the Seneca Indians get set to play here, 3-7 overall, 0-1 in Big 8 play versus the Aurora Lady Hounds, 3-8 overall, 1-1 in Big 8 play. I'm Ben Wolcott, joined by the coach, Daryl Harbaugh. Your countdown to first pitch sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. And Daryl, by the time this game tips off, well, it's not
tip-off time.
First pitch is going to be right around 6:45 p.m., and by the time the game gets rolling here, you have about a 2-hour and 15-minute lightning delay, and it had been lightning and thundering in the Seneca area. But ironically enough, there was about 2 raindrops that fell the entire time.
Yeah, the storm was just hanging out just to our north and west, and just right on our edge. And never rained here, but a spit and a sputter. But the lightning would strike about 4 to 6 miles away every once in a while. Well, MSHA rules is lightning has to be 10 miles away and 30 minutes. Past the lightning strike.
And that's the last lightning strike,
the last lightning strike, yeah. You get close to 30 minutes away and one hits 8 miles away, you're down for another 30 minutes, even though the storm's moving away from you. But, I mean, that's the rules. It's safety. I mean, I understand that. You've got kids out there on the field, safety. You not only kids, but you have parents in the stands sitting in aluminum bleachers. And we're sitting in an aluminum box up here. So, or a metal box, as you could say. But, it's all for safety measures, and I'm just glad that maybe the storm dissipated enough and got away that we can get this game in.
Yeah, and I think a lot of why they waited around so long is Aurora does not want to come back here because Seneca does have to go to Aurora one more time for a conference game, but they already made the trip down here. They don't necessarily want to come back here another time to try and make this game up.
No, if you travel someplace, you want to play. I mean, you want to get the game in, and they don't have to worry about trying to make it up and trying to do this, working around everybody else's schedule, and it's tough. People know that they're going to play, then you can advance, and everybody changes their schedule in advance. But, if you have to make up a game, well, that changes everybody's schedule.
Go ahead, take a timeout, come back with more of the preview after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In team sports, it isn't uncommon to hear about teammates getting into fights. But when tensions arise between teammates, the conflict needs to get settled immediately. By not letting the frustrations fester, the team can stay focused on attaining greater success as a unit. The same is true in our own lives. Even followers of Jesus experience tension with each other. But the Bible says, if someone says, I love God, but hates a fellow believer, that person is a liar. For if we don't love people we can see, how can we love God whom we cannot see? And he has given us this command: those who love God must also love their fellow believers. Although conflict is inevitable as imperfect people, if we understand what loving God really means, we will love his people too. So today, let's try to bring resolution to any outstanding conflicts and fight for unity with fellow believers. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here between Seneca and Aurora. And Daryl, this Seneca team coming off a very big win, a 6-4 win yesterday over Carl Junction. Not only does it snap a 5-game losing skid, but it hopefully builds some confidence for these girls to know that they can play with anybody.
Well, they played good, solid softball last night. I don't know how many errors they had, but hardly any. Carl Junction was one making the most errors, and Seneca took advantage of it. And as I do, Ben, is walks and errors. That's what builds. That's what builds the big innings and makes it easier for teams to score runs against you. And they played solid. I thought they played relatively solid softball for them. They played a good overall game.
And you could kind of see it building last week. I know they lost to Neosho 14-0 and Matt County 15-1, but last Thursday, 3-0 loss to Cassville, where Jamaros pitched extremely well, just couldn't get a timely hit. Last Friday against Logan Rogersville, 5-2, couldn't get a timely hit. Last night, we talk about hitting can be contagious, and that's exactly what happened in the 7th inning as Cordy Hancock had a hard hit single. Jolie King then hit a 2-run home run, and then Abby Jamaros comes in and has a single, and then I think after her, Kinley Sommer also had a hit. So hitting can be contagious, and hopefully for Seneca that continues here this evening.
Oh, they did a very great job. I mean, yeah, they hit the ball very well. And like I said, they got some good hits, hit the ball solid. They made CJ have to play defense, and that's what happened. They had to play defense, and they made a few errors in play, and when you hit the ball, good things can happen. Put the ball in play.
This Aurora team 3-8 overall. They have one more Big 8 game under their belt than Seneca. Beat Monette 4-3 before losing to Mac 11-0. Here today, go to Cassville on Thursday as well. So they're in the throes of their Big 8 schedule as well, and Seneca will return the favor. Seneca goes back to Aurora on October 2nd. Like we said, the home and home.
Here and there, yeah.
Both of them. So, Seneca will get another crack at Cassville here at home. Aurora will get another crack at Seneca at Aurora later on. We'll go ahead, take another timeout, come back with the starting lineups after this. Countdown to first pitch sponsor, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy on the KNEO, Seneca Indian Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here between Aurora and Seneca. Your starting lineup sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. First for the Aurora Lady Hounds. Leading off is the first baseman, number 14, Avery Mork. Batting second and doing the pitching, number 13, Mallory Brogdon. Batting third is the catcher, number 3, Bailey Lauer. The cleanup hitter is the shortstop, number 18, Dagan Stellwagen. Batting fifth is the second baseman, number 12, Larissa Valdez. Batting sixth is the center fielder, number 2, Cameron Cornelison. Batting seventh is the designated player, number 20, Ocean Barton. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 15, Genesis Mariscal. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 6, Kenzie Morgan. Their extra player is their shortstop, number 5, Macy Pinkley. And we will wait to give you the Seneca lineups after the national anthem, because I don't really, with how close proximity we are of the PA announcer, I know hearing multiple names at one time can get confusing, so do my best not to
we're kind of
mess them up. So we'll go ahead and take another timeout. When we get back, we'll get you the starting lineups for Seneca and the start of the game here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the 4-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action. Seneca's starting lineup also brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Cordy Hancock leads things off. Jolie King batting second. Abby Jamrose third. Kinley Sommer is the cleanup hitter. Ava Berry batting fifth. Rayleigh Davis sixth. Josie Andrews seventh. Olivia Wade 8th, and Adamari Rodriguez 9th here this afternoon. Seneca, the blue socks, red pants, blue tops, white numbers and trim. Aurora, the white socks, everything else red with white trim and numbers here this afternoon. Seneca looks like this in the field. Josie Andrews in left, Olivia Wade in center, Adamari Rodriguez in right. Ava Berry moves from first to third here today. She's at third, Cordy Hancock at short. You have Jolie King at second, and Abby Jamros at first with a battery of Rayleigh Davis catching Kinley Sommer here this afternoon. Avery Mork, Mallory Brogdon, and Bailey Lauer are the three scheduled hitters here for Aurora to start the game. Dagan Stellwagen, Larissa Valdez, and Cabrin Corneliuson are the next three. Ocean Barton, Genesis Mariscal, and Kenzie Morgan are the final three for Aurora. As we will get this thing started, 2 hours and 11 minutes late. 80 degrees here at first pitch, light rain out there. As here comes the first pitch. And that is hit up the middle to Hancock, fields it, throws in plenty of time. A 6-3 put out, and there's one down. Aurora came out swinging here this afternoon.
We got the rainbow shining out back bend out there in center field.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of a rainbow behind the tower there.
Raining and sunshine. Finally got the lightning out of here.
After 2 hours and 11-minute rain delay, Mork decided she was ready to hit and swung out the first pitch.
Yep. One pitch, one out. That makes it easy.
As here comes the first pitch to Mallory Brogdon. That's high for a ball. Counts 1-0. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLube Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. These two teams, Daryl, actually already met up once this year, met up in that Aurora tournament, and Seneca came away with a victory as that pitch is low and inside. So the count's 2-0. But Seneca came away with that victory 4-3, and I think if I remember correctly, Sommer's the one that pitched that one too.
4-3 victory. You know, it's always good to come out with a victory. Now this is the main ones that count right now.
It's the 2-0 is swung on and missed, so the count now 2-1. One out here, top of the first from Seneca. We're kind of joking that entire lightning delay, it didn't rain one bit, and then as soon as they get ready to play ball, it starts lightly spitting outside, and the sun comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That 2-1 pitch is blooped in the air, foul, and it's going to get away where Jamros can't snag it. Count now 2-2. You can very faintly see that rainbow out in center field.
Mm-hmm.
Just to the right of the tower there. So here comes the 2-2. That's spoiled back, and the count remains 2-2. But it has turned into a nice evening. What that storms did, though, Daryl, is it dropped the humidity a ton.
Well, it took the energy out of the air. Took the energy down, took the temperature down. That's what, that's, of course, when you have energy in the air, the humid days, you get these pop-up storms.
Count remains 2-2. Here comes another 2-2 pitch. That's outside, and the count's full 3-2. Appreciate all of you that stuck around with us and watched it. Game originally on the radio, but by the time this thing got rolling, just too late to keep it on air. So here comes a 3-2 offering to Brogdon. That pitch is spoiled foul towards the Aurora dugout, so we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, Brogdon doing a good job of just fouling them off and staying alive.
Count remains full at 3-2. Here comes another 3-2. That pitch is popped up in the air. Right fielder Rodriguez able to go over and snag it. And, a little bit of the sun that's out there is out in right field, so she has to fight that a little bit.
Yes, she did. Made a good job. Good adjustment to the ball. I'm not sure exactly how much time she's had out there in the field, Ben, playing right field, but she did a great job there.
As Bailey Lauer comes to the plate here for Aurora. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast. So here comes the first pitch, and that's high and outside for a ball. Counts 1-0.
This is where Sommer's got to be, just like Jamrose was last night, working ahead, staying ahead, throwing strikes, and keeping the batters guessing.
So here comes the 1-0 pitch. That pitch is yanked foul, and the count's 1-1. And Darryl, Jamrose is senior, so you have somebody else stepping up that next year will be a sophomore that will be able to get a lot of innings, but trying to find that second pitcher will be interesting to see for Seneca.
It always helps when you have a few, when you have one or two pitchers, that you can count on. And this is huge.
So here comes the 1-1. That's swung on and missed, went off speed, and the count's 1-2. Be interesting to see if the junior high has another pitcher potentially coming up, or if somebody else they have to try and step up and pitch a little bit next year, because you always have to have usually two pitchers at least to get through a softball season.
It's nice when you have that.
So here comes a 1-2, and that is outside. Set up inside, went outside, and the count's 2-2. Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. I guess it's this evening now. I can say this. It's going to be a very late dinner.
It's afternoon.
It is afternoon.
That's
You're right. Here comes the 2-2, and that's high. Count full again. So Brogdon worked it full, and Lauer has worked it full now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say. She's got to be able to work ahead. If she's working ahead, always helps the pitchers.
Here comes another full count pitch, this time to Lauer. That 3-2 is popped foul. Back to the screen, and the count remains full at 3-2.
We'll go again.
Brogdon able to foul off a couple full count pitches. Lauer's fouled off one so far. I think we got flag football behind us on the track, Darryl, as well.
Yeah, I see the game's on the flag football.
So here comes the 3-2 again. That pitch is popped foul. So once again, somebody doing a good job fouling off some pitches. Brogdon fouled off a couple before flying out to right. Lauer has fouled off a couple now herself. It's going to be a very late dinner by the time this game is over. I probably could do without dinner, but,
It will be later than normal.
So here comes a full count offering. That pitch back up to Summer. It skips, and so she has to complete the putout, but that will end the inning. Down goes Aurora in order in the first. Half inning in the books. Aurora nothing. Seneca coming up.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic. where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
And we welcome you back. Cordy Hancock will lead things off here for Seneca. Hancock, King, and Jamrose, the three do up. Anybody reaches Sommer would come to the plate for Seneca, working against Mallory Brogdon. As Kenzie Morgan in left, Cameron Cornelison in center, and Genesis Mariscal in right for Aurora. Third base, Dagan Stellwagen. Shortstop is Macy Pinkley. Second base is Larissa Valdez, and first base is Avery Mork, with Bailey Lauer catching Brogdon here this evening. That first pitch hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-1. Once again, Daryl delayed there.
Yeah, she's got to slow the umpire back here. She's got a little slow, she might have called it early.
That pitch swung on and missed, count 0-2. Went with the changeup, and Hancock went around too much.
See if we can't keep the bats hot like we did last night, Ben.
Here comes an 0-2. That pitch is yanked out to left center field and deep, and that's going to one-hop the fence. It is going to be a double to start the inning for Seneca. Good job there by Hancock on an 0-2 count.
Well, 0-2 count, you're thinking you're going to throw it off maybe a little bit, and she threw it right down the middle of the plate.
Jolie King will come to the plate here for Seneca. Hit a 2-run home run, a big 2-run home run last night. I guess it's yesterday afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon.
In the 7th inning.
Yeah.
So that first pitch got her to chase the high one. Counts 0-1.
I called her Hank Aaron last night. Looked like she was trying to go for the fence again. She maybe, you hit one over, you want to hit more over.
0-1 the count here on King. That is low and outside. Did a good job of resisting on that slow pitch, and the count's 1-1. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast. That pitch is outside. Did a good job of holding up her swing there, and the count's 2-1. Obviously, nobody out here for Seneca. Here in the bottom of the first. And she swings and misses, so the count's 2-2. Two and two the count. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2, and that off-speed pitch had a hard time resisting, and the count, or I should say she strikes out, so there's one down for Abby Jamrose.
Batting for the Lady Indians, number 26.
Yeah, it acts like she did not want to swing at that one, but she did.
Well, I think it was a strike anyways, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter now.
As Jamrose comes to the plate. So that pitch is high and nope. It hits the outside corner, so counts 0-1. High and outside corner.
Yes. She called that a strike.
0-1 the count. Darryl mentioned it earlier. It's hard to see as that pitch is outside to count 1-1. To the left of the tower there's a little bit of a rainbow that you can see trying to build. The one to the right of the tower, you can definitely see. The one to the left is a little bit harder to see. That pitch is outside, and the count's 2-1. Jamrose yesterday afternoon, 2 runs scored, finished 1 for 3 with an RBI. She did reach on a throwing error in the first inning, eventually scored. That pitch popped in the air, foul. It's going to sneak towards the Seneca dugouts. The count's 2-2.
It's one of them I think she wished she'd have back. I think she halfway just stuck her bat out there, knowing that it was going to stay a strike. But
so they're going to switch softballs. It's still lightly raining now here. Really, since the game started, this is the first rain that we've had, and it's been since the game started.
Pretty light, but the grass is, or they say the grass, turf is still wet.
So that pitch is spoiled fouls. The count remains 2-2. We'll see if they try and exchange softballs again. Double to start the inning for Cordy Hancock.
Hate to leave her on base.
That's been Seneca's bugaboo of late, is leaving runners in scoring position. So that pitch is low, maybe outside as well, and the count's full at 3-2.
Not sure they even want to really give her anything good to hit.
She is a good enough hitter that I think a lot of teams are thinking that way. That pitch she pokes out in the air down the foul line, third base line, and out of play. Not out of play, but out of room of the third baseman.
Bounce over the fence.
Count remains full at 3-2.
Yeah, that was a ball too, Ben, on the outside of the plate. She just stuck her bat out and stayed with it. Maybe get one here to hit.
That 3-2 pitch hits the inside corner for strike 3. Jamrose doesn't strike out a ton, and there's 2 down here for Sommer.
I don't think she was expecting anything on the inside part.
Number 15, Kinley Summer.
2 down. See if Seneca can take advantage of that leadoff double.
She hit it hard last night, Ben.
That first pitch is high and outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. Can't remember if it was a double or a triple, but she had one hard down the right field line last night. I think it was a double.
I know it bounced against the fence.
So that pitch, she spoils foul. Counts 1-1. It was a triple. In the third inning, a 2 RBI triple. 1-1 the count. Two outs here in the bottom of the first. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Huddle Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch is outside for a ball, and the count's 2-1. Brogdon is not missing at outside corner by much when she's missing.
No, not by much. She's not working ahead too much either, Ben. Trying to get Seneca to chase.
2-1. That is, I think, low is what she said, and the count's 3-1. No.
They got
she
3
is
and 2.
3-2?
How did we get 3 and 2?
Yeah. That pitch is spoiled foul, so now it's definitely full.
Now it's full.
Counts full at 3-2. So they're going to switch softballs once again, and trying to keep softball dry is going to be an adventure until this rain quits. If it quits.
It just, like I said, a little light spit and sputter.
So that full count pitch popped up in the air. Shortstop going to call for it. She's going to snag it out there for the final out of the inning. For Seneca, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, 1 in the books, no score.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Forbes asked, and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they've built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And we welcome you back as we hit the top of the second here in Seneca. Dagan Stalwagon, Larissa Valdez, and Cabrin Corneliuson are the three due up, 4, 5, 6. Here for Aurora, anybody who reaches Ocean Barton would come to the plate for the Lady Hounds. Now, Daryl, I think baseball, sometimes it helps to see a pitcher once or twice. For softball, does it not matter as much if you've seen the same pitcher?
You see so many different pitchers and they play so many different games. You get used to one pitcher maybe, about the second or the third time through the lineup. Once you see a team again and you see another pitcher, you got to readjust all over.
Because, she threw the first time against Aurora and she's throwing again, so... And some of that just may be matchups that they're going up against, but
sure.
It's kind of interesting to think about because Jamrose hasn't faced him yet, but you have to think if it came to as that first pitch is high and outside for a ball, counts 1-0, you have to think once you get to playoff time, more than likely it's going to be Jamrose all the way unless, something drastic happens.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all if you don't see Summer pitch a few innings and Jamrose come in and try to pitch a few innings. So
that pitch is yanked to the left side, and
Gordy
Hancock able to snag it, a line out, and there's one down. As Larissa Valdez comes to the plate.
And here's what we need to get is let's get Sommer to settle down and throw strikes and start working ahead. Throw strikes and work ahead.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. First pitch is high and outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. Seneca softball is at Nevada on Thursday. We will not have that broadcast. And then Friday night, Seneca heads to Monette for football, and Seth will join us for the call of that one as that pitch hits the inside corner. So it counts 1-1. Seneca 3-0, Monette 2-1 on the early year. Monette's one loss was to Nevada. Lost to them 62-34. Pounded Aurora last week. 60-12. Beat Stratford somewhere around 70-0, I think the final score was.
It wasn't pretty.
Here comes the 1-1. Back up the middle, past Sommer. Good job there by King to field it and throw it in time. And there's two gone quickly here as Cabrin Corneliuson comes to the plate. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. Two down here. In the top of the second, here comes the first pitch from Summer. That's high for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Daryl, as a player, what does a rain delay of that length do to you? Does it do anything to a high school kid?
No, not much. They're used to it. It's no.
That pitch is low, so counts 2-0.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. You come out here and you set around and stuff like that. And, hey, when they say, hey, it's game time, what do? They go out and warm up, and they're ready to go. It's not like, they're on a time clock or something. They can adjust very well.
2-0 the count here for Corneliuson. I guess my other question on those lines is Aurora has a probably close to an hour bus ride. Get here and all of a sudden, you've been sitting around, all of a sudden you're sitting around some more. Does that become a factor at any point?
No, everybody likes to make a big deal out of those things. That's like, as a coach and a player, it's like, no, it is what it is, and then all of a sudden, it's time to play. Okay, you got 45 minutes to warm up. They took their warm-ups. They're ready to go.
So here comes the 3-0, and that's high for ball 4. First base runner of the evening for Aurora, as Ocean Barton will...
Number 20, Ocean Barton.
Actually, it's number 5, Macy Pinkley, the flex player, is batting now. A runner on first is Cornelison.
Okay, so here's Sommer. She's freshman. She's got to learn that walks and kill you. She got to learn to throw strikes.
First pitch is outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. And with it, it's hard to tell from here, but it still might be lately raining. So anytime the ball hits the turf, pitchers are wanting to exchange.
Yeah, you say that it's just probably enough just to be annoying, Ben. But you can tell it's raining because the rainbows have not left. We still have the rainbow sitting out center field.
So here comes the 1-0, and that's in there for a strike. They throw back behind the runner, and she's back safely.
Make a correction. Batting for Aurora, number 5, Macy Pinkley.
1-1 the count here, as she's going to go down and talk to her head coach about some kind of sign. I'm not sure if she missed a sign. It looks like maybe she missed a sign because the runner and assistant coach at first are looking at their armband, and she's looking at her armband talking to the head coach.
They might have missed a bunt sign or something.
1-1 the count here on Pinkley. Here comes the 1-1. She is trying to bunted fair. Summer throws to first. Good job by King of coming over. It's a 1-4 putout. The sacrifice bunt does allow Cornelison to get to second. It's Jennison. Or that ended the inning. Excuse me.
That's the third out, yeah.
I was not paying any attention to what was going on.
I was wondering what?
No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. 1.5 in the books. It's still no score.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is,
Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
Ava Berry to lead off the inning here for Seneca. 5-6-7. Barry, Davis, Andrews. Anybody who reaches Wade will come to the plate.
Low for ball 1 in the dirt. That looked like it slipped out of her hand.
1-0 the count here.
But they don't want to change balls. I don't know.
She must have felt okay with it. 1-0 is swung on and missed, so the count is 1-1. That one may have been a little bit outside that she was trying to reach for.
Well, she's got long arms. I think she likes them out away from her.
Popped in there, foul, back to the screen, so the count now 1-2.
And that was on her hands. Didn't take near as good a swing or a big cut at it.
1-2 the count here on the leadoff hitter for Seneca in the second inning. So they're trying to exchange softballs once again.
Well, the catcher threw it back to the pitcher and missed the pitcher.
One and two the count. And I think the umpire is wanting to make sure that softball is okay before giving the go-ahead.
Well, that's a good thing, too, because the softball should not come straight from the dugout. Should go to the catcher or something, to the umpire, and then to the pitcher.
1-2 the count. That pitch is outside for a ball. So counts 2-2. Barry was hitting the ball hard early in the year. She's been a little bit struggling of late, but that one is blooped into left center field and falls for a single. Like we said, Daryl, hitting can be contagious sometimes. As Rayleigh Davis will come to the plate.
Yeah.
For your Seneca Indians, number 10.
Well, she was 2 for 4 last night. Maybe she's getting her stride back in, Ben.
So leadoff runner on once again for Seneca, this time in the second.
And Rayleigh hit the ball hard last night.
She had a deep fly ball to left field that fell just short of the fence in front of the scoreboard at Carl Junction. So here comes the first pitch to Davis. That pitch popped in the air, foul. And that's going to fall back to the screens. The count's 0-1. That rainbow out in center field is starting to disappear a little bit.
I can barely see the one on the left. The one on the right is up a little higher, but it's still there.
0-1 the count here on Davis. That pitch hits the inside corner, and the count's 0-2.
I believe that Rayleigh told me before the game they were supposed to have a team dinner tonight at her house.
Well, they still may have it.
Yeah,
it's just a very late team dinner.
Late dinner.
Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. You know, I'm sure Mom and Dad are probably both like, "Hey, we have all this food here. You better still be coming."
Oh yeah, I think said her dad was out cooking. I drove past and I seen him out there at the grill, so I know he's cooking.
Josie Andrews comes to the plate now here for Seneca. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That first pitch is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Everett at the Neosho Daily News. Wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win.
Here's one needs to get going here. She was hitting the ball early. She hitting it hard.
Swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. I think she's more frustrated at herself than anything else.
She is.
So here comes the 0-2. That's outside. Counts 1-2. At any point, do you try and send Barry at first to second?
Well, I was wondering why they didn't try to bunt, but
ball is hit just over the shortstop's head. It is a single for Josie Andrews, and the runners are at first and second here for the Lady Indians. A cue shot, it got jammed, but it went over the shortstop's head.
It was off her, she got jammed. It was off her hands. She hit in a good spot.
So Wade now comes to the plate for Seneca.
See if we can't get something in here. Get the ball on the ground. Hit the ball. Make Aurora have to do something.
Good things happen when you hit the ball in play. She's trying to bunt. That's fouled off, and the count's 0-1. Not sure if she's bunting for a hit or just bunting to try and get on.
Or move the runners and get a runner at third base. There's always ways to score without a base hit.
That one is fouled off as well, and the count's quickly 0-2. Now, probably swinging away here. Rodriguez, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the evening for Brogdon. As Adamari Rodriguez comes to the plate. So 2 down here.
Looking for a timely hit, aren't they? She's a slap hitter.
So here comes the first pitch. Trying to bunt her way on, and it's bunted foul, and the count's 0-1. Not necessarily a bad play. Make the third baseman field it and throw a good strike to first base, especially because she's a fast base runner as well.
Just trying to make Aurora put you out.
That's swung on and missed, and the count now moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Hate here if you're Seneca to come away with nothing. So that pitch is outside for a ball, and the count now 1-2. Seneca will get the top of their lineup in the third, but obviously right now they are, I think, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. So that one's fouled off. So the count remains 1-2.
She hung with it.
They're going to, nope, I was going to say, the umpire was asking if they wanted to switch softballs, and she said no. It's getting dark back there again, but
the rainbow on the right is almost gone, Ben.
That one is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Brogdon works around 2 hits. Seneca strands 2 in the books, no score.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In sports, it can be easy for teams to overlook an opponent. When a team gets too focused on the big opponent ahead, they can lose sight of the team they should be preparing for right in front of them. In our faith journeys, it's easy for us to likewise focus our attention on big sins while overlooking what we perceive to be minor sins. However, it's dangerous to start picking and choosing which of God's commands we're going to be concerned about. 1 John 5:3 says, loving God means keeping His commandments, and His commandments are not burdensome. We can pursue obedience in all areas of our lives if we give the proper attention to God's Word and allow the Holy Spirit to convict us of all of our sins, both big and small. Today, let's remember to take His commands seriously as we pursue Him with all of our hearts and rely on His Spirit to guide us. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
Genesis Mariscal coming to the plate. 8-9-1 here for Aurora. Mariscal, Morgan, and then the top of the order in Mork. So here comes the first pitch. That's high for a ball. So counts 1-0. Right now, Darryl, it just looks like a whole bunch of green on the map, which would indicate rain, not lightning.
Well, green means it's raining.
So here comes the 1-0. Pitch is in there for a strike. Counts 1-1. A lot of it has stayed to the north and west of us, but it's been close enough that they weren't able to play softball.
Yeah, when them storms fire up, that gets the energy going, the lightning comes out.
So that pitch hits the outside corner, and the count 1-2.
There you go. That away, Sommer.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Mariscal. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Sommer as Kenzie Morgan will come to the plate. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prolu Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, and Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast here this evening. So here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Counts 0-1. Oh, Daryl, these press box windows are slightly tinted, so it's a little bit darker than what you actually think it is. Comes the 0-1, and that's swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. It is also getting dark outside.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not looking through a tinted window, so.
0-2 the count here on Morgan.
They did turn the lights on, though.
Here comes an 0-2. That's swung on and missed, but she's got to complete the strikeout, and it gets away from Rayleigh Davis, so it's a strikeout and a wild pitch. Allows her to reach. So still only one out here as you get back to the top of the order and Mork. One of those situations where you're kind of glad you swung. Mork grounded to shortstop her first time up. A runner on first, one out. A walk and a wild pitch are the only two base runners so far given up as that first pitch is in there for strikes. It counts 0-1. Still only one out in the inning. And so here comes the 0-1. Out pitch is bounded foul, and the count is 0-2. No balls and two strikes here. She's gotten ahead of all three hitters so far for Aurora.
And that's the way she needs to keep it up. Throw strikes, make Aurora have to hit it.
Comes the 0-2, and that pitch is spoiled foul. Near the, it's not quite as in your living room as it was last night, but.
No, the camera was right against the fence last night.
Count remains 0-2.
And I don't remember ever having one right back at us.
There was one that was above us a little bit, and I think that was the closest. We also were a little more off-center than we normally are.
Yeah.
Here comes another 0-2 pitch. She checks her swing and is able to get a piece. Count remains no balls and two strikes. Still one out in the inning. That strikeout counts as a strikeout, but it doesn't get you an out from Morgan because she's at first base. Comes another 0-2, and that ball is laced through the right side for a single, and it gets underneath the glove of Rodriguez. It's a single, and then one run is going to come in and score. So it's an RB, not an RBI. It's a single, and then an E9 allows her to get all the way to third. And the single allows Morgan to get to second, and then the errors allow a run to come in and score. And you're kind of compounding errors there, Daryl, because that run never should have been on the board on the wild pitch.
At the worst, it may be first and third. You know, I can see the runner going from first to third.
Well, there shouldn't have been a runner on first, period. Because of the strikeout.
Yes.
As Mallory Brogdon comes to the plate, she flew out to right her first time.
Compounding errors here.
Here comes the first pitch. That pitch gets off the glove of Davis and goes far enough away to allow the run to come in and score. So the pass ball will allow that second run to come in. 1-0 the count here on Brogdon. I think that's one that Davis wishes she had back. And now the entire infield is going to go in and have a conversation. Not sure who called it, but try and settle everything down. Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast. Want to know the count here on Brogdon. 2 runs in the inning so far for Aurora, courtesy of no one base hit. But 1 compounding error. I know you consider the second one an error, but it's technically not. So that's offered at and missed, so the count's 1-1. Wild pitch pass ball technically isn't an error. It's a mental error, but it's not an error.
Physical.
Or physical error.
Yes.
But it doesn't count as an error in the scorebook.
You're talking to a coach. Guess what errors go in the book? I'm a coach.
1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. Back up the middle and through for a single. Back-to-back hits here for Aurora. As Bailey Lauer will come to the plate.
All right, let's see what let's keep it at 2 runs, Ben.
She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up. Still 1 out here in the 3rd inning. So here comes the first pitch. Fakes the bunt, tries to steal and in safely is Brogdon. Wasn't a bad throw by Davis, just a little bit high, but I think Brogdon was going to be safe regardless.
Yes.
1-0 the count here on Lauer. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is high for a ball, and the count's 2-0. Getting to the dangerous part of the lineup, the 3, 4, 5 hitters. So here comes the 2-0. That's swung on and missed, and the count now 2-1. Still 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Those 2 runs are unearned that Sommer's given up. So here comes the 2-1. That pitch is blooped foul back to the screen. Counts 2-2. Seneca had a runner at second in the first, couldn't score. Had runners at first and second in the second and couldn't score. Aurora has scored, both runners in scoring position.
We just couldn't get a hit at the right time, Ben. And of course, they've hit the ball. They've got a couple of hits, but we've had some timely errors that's allowed those 2 runs to get in.
So here comes the 2-2. That is swung on and missed for strike 3. 2 down here in the inning as Dagan Stellwagen will come to the plate. She lined out to shortstop her first time up. One of the unusual things that can happen in an inning, she could have 4 strikeouts in 1 inning.
Sure. You can have more than that.
So here comes the first pitch. It's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Seneca will have the top of their order due up in the 3rd, Hancock, King, and Jamrose. I have to try and respond to those runs. Whether it's 2 or more is still to be determined.
Keep it at 2. See if we can keep it at 2 here.
It's the 0-1. It hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-2. She's been pretty accurate so far this inning with her pitches. It's just Some fielding mistakes that have cost Seneca.
She's had one walk so far. Right?
None in this inning, but yes.
No, in this inning, none in this inning.
So here comes an 0-2. Popped up in the air. It's in foul territory. Jamrose can't get there. King can't get there. Rodriguez can't get there. I don't know that I can explain anybody else.
If they can't get there, no one else can get there either.
This count remains 0-2. It was in the Bermuda Triangle out there in foul territory. I was telling somebody earlier today that this ballpark reminds me of the Oakland Coliseum for baseball. How much foul territory there is. So here comes an 0-2. That pitch back up the middle. Summer knocks it down, throws to first in plenty of time. A 1-3 putout, and that will end the inning for Aurora. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. 2.5 in the books, 2-0 Lady Hounds.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
Cordy Hancock to lead off the inning here for Seneca. Hancock, King, and Jamrose, the 3 up, 1, 2, and 3. So that pitch is hit up the middle to the shortstop, and the shortstop can't field it. So Seneca, see if they can take advantage of the error as Jolie King comes to the plate.
Kind of a tough hop. Guaranteed got that spin and bounced higher than she thought it was going to.
Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast as well. See if Seneca can get these runs back.
Hey, you hit the ball, you put pressure on the other team, make them have to get you out. Good things can happen.
Here comes the first pitch from Brogdon. That's swung on and missed. Hancock, a big lead. The count is 0-1. Might be raining a little bit harder because you can see the lights out there in right field. It's a steady rain, it looks like. The count's 0-1. Being in a press box, we don't have to worry about those things as that one's bunted on and missed, and the count's 0-2. So now you got to swing away. No balls and 2 strikes here on King. Here comes the 0-2. Tying outside for a ball. So count now 1-2. I think everybody is going to do everything in their power to have this game go 7 innings without any kind of delay after the delay we had. So that pitch hits the inside corner for strike 3. There's 1 down. So Abby Jamrose will come to the plate here for Seneca. She can tie the game in a hurry.
One swing of the bat if she gets it out over the plate. See if she didn't. See if the Aurora pitcher doesn't try to stay away from her. Throw it low and outside all the time. She's going inside now.
So that pitch is inside, and the count is 1-0. Jamrose is at the very front of that batter's box.
Oh, she's got some bat speed.
So here comes the 1-0. That's outside. The runner is going on the pitch. A good throw, but not in time. That was a very good throw by the catcher. I think it was just a late tag.
I think the shortstop caught it quite a ways in front of second base, and by the time she got the tag around, it was too late.
So 2-0 the count, I believe. That's over the head of Jamrose. I believe the count is 3-0. She will definitely have a green light, 3-0.
Oh, if it's over the plate, she's got one.
She hits it to left center field, but it's not deep. And there are 2 down. She did have the green light special, 2-0. As Kinley Sommer will come to the plate. For State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Otto Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast. 2 down here. You'll have to have this game go bottom 4 for it to be considered official, I believe, as Sommer calls time. But I think the umpires are going to do everything in their powers. That pitch is yanked down the third baseline, foul. And so the count is 0-1. After sitting for 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think the umpires are going to do everything in their power to not have another delay.
We'll try to get this game in.
0-1 the count here on Sommer. Yes. She hit the ball hard there, but about 5 feet foul. 0-1 is spoiled foul. The count now 0-2. Seneca has had a runner in scoring position in all 3 innings, and so far they have been not able to bring one home.
Can't get it to hit at the right time, can we, Ben?
It's been the story of the season, it seems like, for Seneca so far. So here comes an 0-2 from Brogdon. That's high for a ball. Good stop there by the catcher, Lauer, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As here comes the 1-2. That ball hit down the third baseline, but it's foul. So the count remains 1-2. Did a good job getting a piece to keep herself alive. She also has home run pop. I believe she hit one in the Aurora tournament earlier in the year.
She's got power.
That pitch is high for a ball, and the count's 2-2. Also have to be wary of anything getting by the pitcher on the throw back. Hancock can try and take advantage and take an extra base. We saw that yesterday as here comes the 2-2. Outside for ball 3. It's wet conditions, you can take advantage of those kind of plays that you don't think about. Those simple plays. Sommer's worked it from 0-2 to 3-2. Here comes another 3-2 pitch. That's high for ball 4. A 2-out walk, so now runners are at first and second for Ava Berry, who singled her first time up. She had a big 2-run triple yesterday in the top of the third or top of the fourth. It was after something like this where there was a walk and an error. Or that was Sommer, but
yeah,
there was a walk and an error.
Let's see if Berry can get one here.
That ball is dribbled down the third baseline, foul, and the count's 0-1. See if she wants to switch softballs, and she does. Just a nice I don't want to call it a drizzle because I think it's more than a drizzle, but it's a nice light rain out there.
It's probably just enough to be annoying.
If you're not in a press box. So that pitch, it's outside. The count's 1-1. Not very often until you get to district play that you play under the lights. But I have to do that here tonight. 1-1 the count here on Barry. That's outside, and the count's 2-1. It's kind of amusing, you go almost an entire year without playing under the lights, and then all of a sudden you have 2 or 3 games under the lights.
Yeah.
So here comes the 2-1, and that's low. Hancock in the dirt, but a good read by her moves her up. And then Sommer follows up behind her.
So now we got 2 in scoring position.
Hancock went right away. Sommer had to hesitate to make sure that Hancock went.
3-1 here, Ben. Let's see if she can get a good pitch to hit.
So that pitch is inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Rayleigh Davis.
Bases loaded. Up to bat for Seneca. Number 10, Ray.
All of a sudden the coach comes out wanting to talk after 2 walks in a row.
Have a moment. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, KNEO 917 Sports. Seneca softball at Nevada on Thursday. No broadcast of that contest. And then the big one on Friday night. Seneca football travels to Monette to face the Cubs in what could be a very long evening for Daryl, Seth, and myself. And anybody that goes to Monette to watch that game.
Monette likes to throw the ball and stop the clock, stop the clock, stop the clock. Makes a long night.
As long as you win, it doesn't matter. No. So hopefully Seneca will be prepared to go like they normally are. I kind of anticipate that as well. So here comes the first pitch to Davis. That's swung on and missed. Counts 0-1.
Can we get a hit, Ben? We've had girls in scoring position. We've got bases loaded right now. No place to put her. Come on, Rayleigh.
Seneca had a runner in scoring position in the first. Couldn't score. Had runners at first and second. Couldn't score. That one's fouled at the plate, and the count quickly is 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. At some point, the dam is going to break for Seneca. It's just a question of when. You're hoping right now. That pitch hits the outside corner for strike 3. And that will end the inning for Seneca. No runs, no hits. There was an error, and they strand 3. 3 in the books, 2-0 Aurora.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while spending on overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a faith-based alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to insurance and join CHM today.
And we welcome you back as we hit the top of the 4th here. 5-6-7-4 Aurora, Larissa Valdez, Cabrin Cornelison, and we'll see if it's Ocean Barton or Macy Pinkley. Pinkley is the one that came up to bat for Aurora. She was their flex player, and so that's always a curious thing to me. Sometimes you schedule a DP and then you have your flex player bat. I don't know why coaches do that, and neither do I understand it, so I'm not going to try. As that first pitch is high for a ball, counts 1-0. I just know it confuses me, and I'll just leave it at that. I've been, watching and calling softball for 8 years now. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Back up the middle, and it's caught by Sommer. What an excellent line drive catch. As she just stuck her glove out there and was able to snag it.
Looky what I found.
Because if that gets by her, that is easily a single. As Cabrin Cornelison comes to the plate. Like I said, Daryl, that gets by her, that's easily a single.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no other, that's going to Olivia Wade out in center field.
So here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. Cornelison has the lone walk for Aurora. Or I should say, has the lone walk Sommer's given up so far. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. And that pitch is... Was that in there?
No, it's
okay.
low.
Low. So counts 1-1.
Yeah.
I thought she gave like a mini strike call. That's why I was confused. I thought it was low, but... When you have to hesitate, you never know what's coming. Here comes the 1-1, and that's high. And the count is 2-1. Daryl, you've been watching softball a little bit longer than I have. Do you ever understand why you ever start a DP and then have the flex player bat for them?
No.
Okay.
I do not, unless he just wants to have somebody that can bat in the lineup if he wants to change.
Here comes the 2-1. That's low and inside, and the count's 3-1.
No, I have not. It's hard for me to keep up, especially when they get to we'll have pinch runners. Oh, no, you can have two courtesy runners. They can re-enter once. I'm thinking, why don't we just go back to simple baseball or softball?
Yeah.
It's like
3-1 the count here on Cornelison, and that's high for ball 4.
She walks again.
First time the walk didn't lead to anything, and we'll see. It looks like it is Macy Pinkley.
Number 5, Macy Pinkley.
With one out here, she tried to bunt for her base hit her last time, and it was a nice play by Sommer, and then Jolie King got over as well. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if there's some kind of that play getting on here with only one down, trying to advance that runner to second. Last time it was Soul trying to get a base hit because there was 2 outs.
Maybe trying to get her bunt, get her down to second.
So here comes the first pitch. She does square. It's high for a ball. Then they throw behind the runner, and it gets by. And the runner will be at second, and now she's going to try to get in there to third, and she's going to be in there safely. And now the runner is going to come around and score as it gets by everybody.
I don't think we caught the softball all that time, Ben.
So it's an E2 and then an E9. And I think that's what it is to allow the run to come in and score. 1-0 the count here on Pinkley. Everybody was anticipating the bunt, but I think it was a late decision to try and throw it to first, and maybe not the right decision.
They probably wish she'd had that back, that decision. That decision did not pay off, let's put it that way.
1-0 the count here on Pinkley. All 3 runs have been unearned. Think about it. Aurora has 3 runs all unearned. Seneca has had runners in scoring position all evening long, and he can't get a run in.
Yeah, can't get it in. girl walks, and we throw it all over the place, and they scores. And that's
1-1 the count here on Pinkley. As here comes the 1-1. Decides not to square and takes a strike, and the count's 1-2. 1-2 the count here on Pinkley. 1 out here in the fourth. So here comes the 1-2 pitch from Sommer. The pitch is dribbled. Sommer fields it, throws to first in time, a 1-3 putout. And there's 2 down now as Genesis Mariscal comes to the plate.
Now to bat for Aurora, number 15, Genesis Marisol.
Struck out swinging her first time up. One of 3 strikeouts that Sommer has so far here this evening. So here comes the first pitch, and that's outside for a ball. So count is 1-0. One and 0 the count here on Mariscal. 2 outs, top of the fourth. So here comes the 1-0. That hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-1. Seneca will have 7, 8, 9 due up in their half of the fourth. Trailing by at least 3. So here comes a 1-1 from Sommer. That 1-1 is in the dirt, in the brown stuff, whatever you want to call it, and the count's 2-1.
brown turf.
Guess
Too
it's
long to say, Ben.
Yeah. I guess it's a good thing it's not dirt anymore because they might not be able to play. 2-1 the count.
Can you still see anything, Ben? Coming
Right
down?
field, it looks like, you look at the right field light, there's a little bit of a mist, it looks like.
Kind of foggy, doesn't it?
Yeah. 2-1 the count. Here comes the 2-1. That's high, and the count's 3-1. You'd love to get her because the number 9 hitter comes to the plate. You'd rather start with the number 9 hitter in the 4th inning.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to calm down and let's throw some strikes. Make Aurora have to beat you.
So here comes a 3-1 pitch from Sommer. That 3-1 is outside for ball 4 and a 2-out walk. Kenzie Morgan will come to the plate. She struck out in the 3rd but scored on a throwing error. Got on a wild pitch pass ball. And eventually scored on a error by the right fielder. So theoretically, it really should only be 2-0, if not obviously 0-0. So here comes the first pitch. That gets by the catcher, so taking second is Mariscal. 1-0 the count. The runner at second. Coach Cassidy Barclay going to go out and have a conversation because I think she can tell that Sommer's a little bit frustrated. She's going to have a conversation with the whole infield as well.
Struggling a little bit here this inning throwing strikes.
Still has 2 outs, though. You're an out away from getting out of this with only 1 run given up. So a new hitter, or no, it's a 1-0 count here on Morgan. That runner at second base. It's not necessarily a fast runner, but you have to think anything to the outfield, they're probably sending the runner home.
Yes. In scoring position. They've been able to get a couple, in scoring position.
So that 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-1. Top four here in Seneca. Game starting 6:41, thanks to a lengthy lightning delay. 1-1 is inside, and the count is 2-1. A lengthy lightning delay where it didn't rain at all. And then it rained as soon as the lightning delay was over.
Yeah.
2-1 the count here on Morgan. So here comes the 2-1. That's in the dirt, blocked by Davis, and the count 3-1. Freshman just trying to battle here, see if she can get out of this inning. Some of these freshman woes that you have to work through. Here comes the 3-1. That is poked out to the right field foul territory over the assistant coach's head, and the count now 3-2. We're not sure if it's still misting or if it's just kind of foggy out there. You're looking at the light in right field, and it almost looks like it's misting still. The one in left kind of has the same glow to it.
Just like a haze out there for some reason.
Full count here. Here comes the 3-2. That pitch is dribbled foul. So Morgan gets a piece to keep herself alive. Love to get out of this inning with this batter. Summers made a couple good pitches. Morgan's been able to foul them off. So here comes another 3-2. That's high and outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Get back to the leadoff hitter, Mork, who singled her last time. Eventually came in and scored. So 1 for 2 is Avery Mork. She grounded out to shortstop her first time up. See if you can make a pitch and let your fielders work for you. Bell hit to King. Hancock is able to field it and get that out. It goes 4-6 on the putout, but that is a very put out by Jolie King. And Seneca's out of the inning. 1 run on the inning, no base hits. There was 2 errors in the inning, and Aurora strands 1. 3.5 in the books. It is 3-0 Aurora.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out huddlespringschurchofchrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, we want to go to heaven with you.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Josie Andrews starting off the fourth here for Seneca. So that pitch is swung on and missed. The count's 0-1, 7, 8, 9. Anybody reaches, you get back to the top of the order in Hancock. 0-1 the count here on Andrews. Slow pitch, just a little bit ahead of that one. So here comes the 0-1 from Brogdon. Ball is shot towards the right field, first baseline, I should say, and it goes foul to assistant coach Susan Beville.
Good snag by Susan, Coach Beville over there.
0-2 the count. Comes an 0-2 pitch. That's high and outside, and the count now 1-2. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. May visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. That one is swung on and missed for strike 3. So one down as Olivia Wade come to the plate here for Seneca.
Now stepping up to the plate for your Seneca
Eighth strikeout of the day for Brogdon.
Wade.
So Wade comes to the plate. So here comes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So we traverse the 8 o'clock hour here in Seneca. That pitch is back up the middle. Shortstop throws to first in time. It's a 6-3 putout. And there's 2 down for Adamari Rodriguez. You make the fielder field the ball there if you're Seneca.
Yeah, at least put the ball in play. Libby she did a good job.
Number 3, Adamari Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez comes to the plate here for the Lady Indians. Hancock, who's on deck, is 1 for 2, but has reached base both times. That pitch is swung on and missed, so the count's 0-1. Evan at the Neosho Daily News. Wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Brogdon, who has thrown well today. Pitches outside for a ball. Counts 1-1. She has scattered 3 hits. She's also been able to work around a couple errors and a couple walks. That ball is yanked foul. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still 3 more innings to go after this inning. If you're Seneca, 5th might be your best opportunity to try and get back into it. This pitch is outside for a ball, and the count's 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for Seneca here in the 4th. 4 in the books, 3-0 Aurora.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Heart of the order due up for Aurora here in the 5th. 2, 3, 4, Brogdon, Lauer, and Stellwagen. Ironically enough, they are combined 1 for 6. It's been the bottom of the lineup that has caused the most problems for Sommer. So that first pitch is high and outside for a ball. So counts 1-0. Seneca would love to leave this at a 3-0 game. So they'll have the top of their lineup in the 5th.
It's been kind of a dull game, Ben. We just haven't got anything going.
Seneca has left runners in scoring position every inning except the 4th. That was the first 2-3 inning for Brogdon. Not sure if that was fouled off or she just missed it, but the count's 1-1. She swung through it. I just don't know if she fouled it off at all. Brogdon, a fly out and a single. She has the lone hit of these 3 batters coming to the plate. Here comes the 1-1. Spoiled foul, and the count's 1-2. Oh, and she got jammed inside. It's kind of interesting. She kind of stepped back and still swung. So I'm not sure if she was crowding the plate and just backed off or backed off and still decided she wanted to swing at it.
Hit it at the Aurora dugout.
1-2 the count here. Here comes the 1-2 from Sommer. That pitch is fouled back to the screen, so the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's always good to get the first hitter out of each inning. See if Sommer's capable of doing that here. Other 1-2 is in there for a called strike 3. That's the first out of the inning.
Went off speed that time, Ben, just froze her.
So Bailey Lauer comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. That was the 4th strikeout of the game for Kinley Sommer. So here comes the first pitch from her, and that is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Turned into not a terrible evening here, Darryl.
No, it's not a bad evening at all. I mean, temperature-wise, and, the dark out, they got the lights on, but it's great evening softball. We just haven't been playing any,
So here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2.
Get these 3 outs here. This is what we need. 3 up, 3 down, and let's see if we got the top of the lineup coming up next.
Aurora beat Monette 4-3 for their lone Big 8 victory. It's early in the Big 8 year, though. You have 10 games. That ball hit past Jamros at first. Rodriguez throws to first. It gets by, and now they are going to take second on the play. So it's a single for Lauer, and then an E9 on the play allows the runner to get to second. As Dagan Stellwagen comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2, a line out and a ground out. One out here. Aurora has been able to take advantage of the Seneca mistakes. See if Sommer's able to hold that runner and not score. First pitch is in there for a strike, regardless of if it was a swing or not. And the count's 0-1. Stellwagen lined out to shortstop and grounded out to the pitcher. So here comes the 0-1. And that is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-2. She had an 0-2 count on Lauer before Lauer got a base hit. Just underneath the glove of Abby Jamros at first base. So here comes an 0-2 pitch from Sommer. That ball is in the dirt. Allows the runner to get to third base. Count is 1-2. Now, a ground ball would give you a run. One and two the count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Big second out for the Indians. So Larissa Valdez comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2, a ground out and a line out back to Sommer on the mound. And that line out was a sinking line drive that if she doesn't catch it was a single.
Be huge, Ben, if we can just keep her at third base.
So here comes the first pitch to Valdez. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prolube Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast. As here comes the 0-1 pitch from Sommer. Turn a long look in. That 0-1 is dribbled to third. Barry plays it on a hop, throws to first in time.
Yes.
Good job by Barry to get that on that in-between hop, and Jamros able to hold the bag and leave the inning scoreless. For Aurora, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the fifth, still 3-0 Lady Hounds.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
Top of the order for Seneca here, bottom 5, Cordy Hancock, Jolie King, and Abby Jamros. Hancock has reached both times, once on a double, once on an error.
Third time through the lineup. See if we can't get anything going, get that goose egg off the table.
So that one's popped in the air, foul. Catcher makes an excellent attempt at it, but can't get there in time, so it's a foul ball. Counts 0-1. That catcher had a long ways to go. She almost got there.
She did, made a great effort for it. I mean, that mask was off quick, and she was on the move. Lucky for Cordy, she just couldn't get there.
0-1 the count here on Hancock. So here comes the 0-1. That's outside for a ball. So counts 1-1. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Mid-America Specialty Markets, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, all sponsoring the broadcast. It popped up in the air. That's going to be trouble, and the second baseman can't get there. And Hancock is going to take advantage and get to second.
Kind of kicked away on the bounce, kicked away from the right fielder, Ben. That's that spin off the turf.
And she realized it right away, and she took second, so it's a double for Hancock. Jolie King comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2, but she can turn it around very quickly with a base hit.
And Jolie needs to get going here. She needs to get a base hit here. She hit the ball very good last night. See if we can't get her to hit the ball tonight. Gonna get a hit right here.
King has stepped up in the box. You see assistant coach Susan Beville telling her, hey, you need to step up in the box. Takes a pitch on the outside for a ball, and it gets by. And it gets by the third baseman as well. So it's a stolen base for Cordy Hancock. And then an E2 allows Hancock to come in and score to make it 3-1. The count is 1-0 too, I believe, because I think King did not swing at it. I don't know if that was a hit and run, a bunt and run.
Well, I think she bunted, took the third baseman in. That's the reason that's the reason Cordy could steal third, because there's no one there. And then they have to run back and, put some pressure on their defense.
So here comes the 1-0, swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. But Seneca finally gets a run in. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Put some pressure on Aurora that time with the attempted steal and took advantage.
Back up the middle and through for a single for Jolie King. And assistant coach Susan Beville saying that's exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
So Abby Jamrose is 0 for 2 on the day. But she has enough bat speed to tie this game in a hurry, and I think Aurora knows that. She had the green light special 3-0 in the third and flew out to left.
Yeah, I think she'd like to have that one back. That ball is not in her wheelhouse.
So that pitch is outside for a ball. The count's 1-0. It's hard to tell where that box is, but, man, her front foot almost looks like it's outside the box, Daryl.
Well, they tried to paint. It's another box. I think what you're seeing is the softball box and the baseball box are different.
That pitch is outside for a ball. Counts 2-0, and they are staying away from Abby Jamrose.
Yeah, they don't want to throw this over the plate. They try to go outside, and come in. See if they try to come in this time.
That pitch is high, and the count's 3-0. See if that leadoff double by Hancock can start something. Last night, Daryl, they had 4 straight hits, and it started with Cordy Hancock in the 7th.
Yeah, let's get the ball rolling here.
So that pitch hits the outside corner. Counts 3-1, but probably a smart decision there by Jamrose not to swing.
Yeah, like again, it was way up there high in the strike zone. It was, a iffy. It's not in her wheelhouse.
So here comes a 3-1, and that's high for ball 4. So now runners are at first and second for Seneca for Kinley Sommer. Sommer, 0 for 1, popped out to shortstop. She walked her last plate appearance. She has power to all alleys, too.
And everywhere. We saw that last night. They're taking it off the field. We got a coaching visit.
Well, it's interesting. It makes you wonder if there's an injury here, too, because Brogdon and the catcher specifically told the rest of the infield not to come in. So she's kind of doubled over here,
yeah,
Dale. You wonder if there's an injury here, and you might have to replace her.
I never seen anything, Ben.
I didn't see anything either, but she's
feeling sick or she's ill or.
Well, they're going to leave her out there. At least try and leave her out there.
Yeah.
Well, I have a moment. I want to thank some of our sponsors: People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District. Still nobody out. Do you potentially try and do a double steal here to get those runners in scoring position?
Well, you'd have to turn around and bunt and get the girl off third base, just like they did earlier. Or fake the bunt.
She is way back there. You almost could bunt for a base hit. So that first pitch is swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. Sommer was trying to turn this into a 4-3 Seneca lead with that swing.
If she would have got a hold of it, she would have.
0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. That hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-2.
That was a better pitch than the first one she swung at. 0-2. Now she's got to chase or got to be, defensive now.
So here comes an 0-2 pitch from Brogdon. That is outside, and the count 1-2.
Way to lay off that one, but that was pretty close. What are we talking about, Ben? We're finally getting something going here a little bit. Can we get the hit at the right time?
So here comes the 1-2 from Brogdon.
Oh,
Ball is hammered to left field and deep. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is
foul.
Just foul. Are they calling it a fair ball? It's a foul ball. They are calling it foul. They're going to talk about it, but I'm pretty sure they called foul ball.
Yeah. Yeah, she had her hands up to start with.
I thought it was foul from the get-go. She hammered that pitch, but it's just foul. Yeah, I thought she had it foul. That's what when she went like that.
The umpire had to call the plate, and everybody else was celebrating.
You have to have a pitching change here, unless that first one you call an injury timeout, because this is the second visit.
I think that's the reason what the Aurora coach was talking to the umpire when he first went out there and said, "Hey, this is an injury or feeling sick." I've never seen her. I never saw an injury, Ben, with her. But
yeah,
I don't know if she's not feeling good or.
It's kind of interesting in between pitches too. 1 and 2 the count, and I think that's what they're talking about here. Is this a second visit, so you have to change or not? Which I'm sure that's not something that the Aurora coach would have been happy with if you had to change on a 1-2 count. But there's a conversation here on if that first one was an injury visit or a actual visit, because I think the umpires are talking about it too, wondering if you have to make a change here. That's what the hesitation is. She's got something wrong with her arm. It's just a question of what it is. They may be saying this one is injury 2 because she's rubbing her arm, because they may be giving her a warm-up pitch or two. I think Coach Cassidy Barclay is wondering what's happening here too. I think a lot of people in Seneca are wondering what happened, because she's saying, hey, this is the second time that they visited the mound. But if they're both injuries, it doesn't matter, correct? It would be 0 mound visits if they're both theoretically injury ones.
Yeah, but I didn't really see him talk to him that time. I seen them both come out there. It's like,
so that makes you think this one was more.
This probably was counted as a visit, but I don't know.
As Kinley Sommer has a 1-2 count on her.
Oh, she just missed it, Ben. Let's see.
That pitch is outside for a ball, and the count's 2-2. She almost changed the score on that last ball. That went just foul.
Everybody thought she did.
It was curving down the line, and obviously home plate umpire has a better view of it. That 2-2 pitch is in there for a called strike 3. And there's one down for Ava Berry. Berry 1 for 1. She has singled and she has walked as well. So Berry may be coming alive a little bit here, Daryl.
Let's hope so. I mean, we've got to have somebody that can hit the ball and put it in play.
So that first pitch is dribbled foul. Back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. What this does is you more than likely will get Hancock at least one more at bat in the 7th. But obviously, you're looking at scoring runs here in the 5th.
Yeah, you need runs now.
So that pitch is in there for a strike, and the count's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Now Berry needs to protect here. So here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3 as The off-speed pitch gets her, and there's 2 down now for Rayleigh Davis.
Seneca Indians. Number 10, Rayleigh Davis.
So 2 outs here. Brogdon still fighting an arm here. She is the 6th batter of the inning. So here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Jamrose has a big lead at first, but can't go anywhere because King has second occupied. Need to step up in the box a little bit here if you're Davis.
Just can't get. Come on, Rayleigh.
That pitch is hit to the second baseman. Throws to first in time for the putout. That will end the inning for Seneca. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and they strand 2. 5 in the books, 3-1 Aurora.
Missourians know we've got their back. For 75 years, they've turned to Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance for dependable, personalized life insurance coverage. That's 75 years protecting families and the lives they've built. For small-town values and big-time protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Top of the 6th here in Seneca. Cameron Cornelison, Macy Pinkley, and Genesis Mariscal are the 3 scheduled hitters for Aurora here in the top of the 6th inning. 6, 7, and 8 for the Lady Hounds. Cornelison has walked twice. She scored her last plate appearance. For some reason, those are the only 2 walks that Sommer has today, too.
Yeah, like I said, Ben, she's walked twice. I don't know why we can't throw her a strike, but she walked twice and scored on some throwing errors.
So here comes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. She got ahead of her 0-1 in the 4th and then threw 4 straight balls. So see if she can stay ahead of her here. Here comes the 0-1 from Sommer. That pitch is poked in the air to center field. I don't think Wade saw it right away, and it bounces over the fence for a double.
I don't know if she lost that in the lights or, like I said, Ben just didn't pick it up.
You could tell right away she didn't see it because she didn't move very quickly. So leadoff runner is on, and we actually have, we'll see what number it is. It is
number 20.
It is Ocean Barton now.
20, Ocean Barton.
So the DP is actually now batting for the flex. And again, I don't understand any of this, but I'll just nod my head and go along with it. Pinkley was 0 for 2. She tried to bunt her way on a couple times and couldn't. Seneca has had runners on in every inning except the 4th. They have stranded 8 runners through 5 innings. Aurora has stranded 4 runners. So Ocean Barton will come to the plate here for Aurora. Runner at second. Here comes the first pitch. That's high for a ball, and the count's 1-0. That is a very big insurance run out at second base for the Lady Hounds. Want to know the count here on Barton. So here comes the 1-0. Ball in the dirt, and they have the runner potentially picked off, but decides not to throw it. Counts 2-0. Probably not the worst decision there by Davis to...
Well, she did what she's supposed to do, run at her.
Counts 2-0. Seneca heads to Nevada on Thursday for another Big 8 matchup. So here comes the 2-0. That pitch is spoiled foul, and the count now 2-1. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast. 2-1 the count here. Barton had a very good pitch to look at and just fouled it off. So here comes the 2-1 pitch from Sommer. That pitch is laced foul down the third baseline, and the count's 2-2. So she's worked it from 2-0 back to square at 2-2. Strikeout would be big here for Sommer. 2-2 the count.
Need outs. Keep this runner stranded at second.
So here comes the 2-2. Pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Davis, and the count's full at 3-2. Three and two the count. Here comes a full count offering to Barton. That is not offered at for ball four. So the first two are on. Third walk of the day for Sommer, as actually fifth walk of the day. As Genesis Mariscal comes to the plate, she walked her last time. She's 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Morgan, who's on deck, has the same thing. I wonder if they're going to have a pinch runner. And that's what, or the flex is now running for the DP.
Don't.
So Macy Pinkley will be running for Barton. So the DP batted for the flex, and now the flex runs for the DP. I don't understand it. I'm not going to try and tell anybody else.
Yeah, they make the rules too complicated.
Should just be like baseball, where if you're out, you're out.
Well, baseball's getting complicated too.
Well, I should say Major League Baseball. If you're out, you're out. There's no re-entering.
Yeah.
First pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 0-1.
Except they left a designated hitter in there.
Yeah, in the National League. The AL has always had it. But
yeah, hated that.
0-1 the count here on Mariscal. What has turned into a late evening here in Seneca. 0-1 pitch is hammered foul, and the count's 0-2. Guess if you're...
It's been a late start, but it's also been a slow game, too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're almost 2 hours into this game, and we're only in the top of the sixth, excuse me.
Yeah.
The scoreboard numbers are bright, except for what inning you're in. Because normally during the day, it's easier to see. 0-2 the count here on Mariscal. Comes the 0-2. That is outside, and the count's 1-2. For State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, the Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Aldo Springs Church of Christ, all sponsoring the broadcast. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2. Pitch is dribbled foul down that third base line. This count remains 1-2. Almost wish Barry could have fielded that because you'd have an easy out at third, and then I don't know if you want to throw to first, but potential double play if you can get it to first in time.
Oh, yeah, you step on the bag and throw to first.
1-2 the count remains. Aurora still has about an hour bus ride home after this one, too. So it will definitely be a late night for them. Comes the 1-2. That one is dribbled down the first baseline foul. So she's doing just enough to stay alive. Next Seneca broadcast will be next Monday afternoon as the Indians go to Joplin to face the Eagles. 5 o'clock start time of that one. 4:40 pregame show. So here comes another 1-2. That's outside for ball 2. Counts 2-2. Tried to see if she would nibble, and she didn't. Talk about big innings all the time. Aurora is on the expanse of getting one of their own here.
Yeah, nobody out here. Bases the first 2 on.
Comes the 2-2. That is in there for a called strike 3. She set up outside. It went inside, but it still went over the plate. There's 1 down. As Kenzie Morgan comes to the plate. She's 0 for 1, but reached base both times, once on a walk, once on a strikeout.
Up to bat for Aurora, number 6, Kenzie Morgan.
Seneca anticipating a bunt here with Jamrose and Barry both playing in. Does not at least signal a bunt, takes a called strike, so the count's 0-1. So now she has to look at her armband to see what her coach called. Avery Mork is on deck. She's the leadoff hitter for Aurora. She's 1 for 3. Unless Morgan hits into a double play, she'll get an at bat here. So here comes the 0-1. She does try to square. Nobody is at second, so a huge lead at second for Cornelison, but they do a good job of getting her back to second. Because the wheel play was on and Hancock was covering third. Wade eventually was drifting in to cover second there. 0-2 the count here on Morgan. Number 9 hitter for Aurora. Here comes the 0-2. That is outside. They try and stall, and she is safe at third base. A late steal there by her. Runner at first didn't advance. Counts 1-2. She didn't slide at all. I think Barry was kind of surprised by it. She had been able to get the tag down. I think she would have been out. Runner in scoring position now for Aurora, or I should say a runner at third. She was already in scoring position. So here comes a 1-2. And that is fouled off the catcher and I think the umpire. And they're going to give her a little bit extra time. They're going to make sure that she's okay. This head coach Cassidy Barclay going to come out. Then the athletic trainer Jamie Miller making sure she's okay as well. Those are the ones that'll stun you a little bit, Daryl.
Oh, yeah, I played catcher. I know what it's like. You get beat up back there.
I think one of her straps came off, so they're having to redo the strap here, too. Just want to make sure she's okay. Those aren't fun, but again, to be a catcher, you're a little bit of a different breed.
Yeah, you get beat up, banged up. Of course, as I was a kid, I loved it.
1-2 the count. Comes another 1-2 pitch here from Sommer. That is outside, and the count's 2-2. Can't nibble too much here. You don't want the bases loaded for the top of the order. And Avery Mork, especially with less than 2 outs. Summer takes her time, gets a sign, and here comes the 2-2. That's in the dirt. Good block there by Davis, and the count's full. If you're Aurora, I know there's only 1 out, but do you send Pinkley at first? It's a full count, only 1 out, though.
Yeah, to get rid of the double play. The only problem is on a line drive. That would be the only problem.
So here comes the 3-2 pitch from Sommer. That pitch is back up the middle, and they had to wait for the run at second, but in safely at second is Pinkley. Just over the pitcher's head, and King couldn't field it quite cleanly.
It's just a chip shot that had backspin and just spun away from Jolie King. It's one of them you just hit, and there's no one there.
Now you get back to the top of the order and Avery Mork. Sommer had been able to field that. You potentially had a double play, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. So here comes the first pitch. That's high for a ball, and the count is 1-0. This game is 2 hours old, and we're just in the top of the 6th.
I said, Ben, it's been a late start, but it's like been just a slow game. Coaches' visits and errors. And
so that pitch is inside for a ball, and the count's 2-0. Mallory Brogdon is on deck. She's 1 for 3. Number 2 hitter. Two 2-0 the count here on Mork. That 2-0 is swung on and missed. She was thinking about trying to make this a 7-1 game and just missed it, did Mork.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours and 11-minute rain delay here. Or not rain because it wasn't raining, a lightning delay here. Comes the 2-1. That is in there for a strike, and the count's 2-2. Mork has singled, grounded out, and grounded out. 2-2 the count. One out here in the top of the 6th. Here comes the 2-2. That pitch is dribbled to third. She can just tag the bag. It's a G3, and Barry did a good job of just holding on to the softball there.
Yeah, it was too slow of a roller try to get the girl at first. But she did exactly what she's supposed to do, get the lead runner at third.
So there's 2 down now for Mallory Brogdon. Brogdon 1 for 3. So Aurora got that run back that Seneca got in the 5th. So that pitch is high for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Long look in. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is just outside, and the count is 2-0. Bailey Lauer on deck, the number 3 hitter. She's 1 for 3. You really don't want the bases loaded for her. One of Aurora's best hitters. She may be struggling today, but all it does is take one pitch to right yourself as that ball is hit into right field. Ramirez lets it drop. Can tag the runner out at third.
Get home.
And now they're going to throw home, and the runner is out, and that is a mistake out there by Aurora. It's a single for Brogdon, but then it becomes a 9-6-2 putout to end the inning as the runner at third finally gets put out. So 1 run in the inning for Aurora on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they strand 2. 4-1 Aurora here on the KNEO Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
Josie Andrews starts off the 6th here for Seneca, 7-8-9 here against Brogdon. So that pitch is bounded up the middle. One hopper, it scoots away from the second baseman. Daryl, I think you have to give a single on the play because that was a tough hop.
Yeah, it was. Yes, I'd give a single on that play just because it was just an unordinary. It was a tough hop off her shoe.
So Olivia Wade comes to the plate here for the Lady Indians. To keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ballgame schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO 917 Sports. Bottom 6 here in Seneca. Seneca scored 1 run in the 5th. They're looking for more here in the 6th. Down by 3. That ball is poked through the right side for a single, and Josie Andrews is going to be able to stay on the bag, and runners are at first and second for Seneca.
She took a wide turn, Ben, and threw behind her. I don't think the shortstop even knew she was off the base.
As Adamari Rodriguez comes to the plate, do you try and bunt these two over? I know you're down by 3, but do you try and bunt these two over here if you're Seneca?
I think this basically is a bunt, this little slap thing. I think she's going to be able to move them.
She tries to bunt, and the pitch, I think she offered at it. Counts 0-1. Love runners at first and second for the top of the order if you're Seneca. You'd love them at second and third. You'd really love the bases loaded. She tries to slap, hit it, and misses, and the count's 0-2. I think she
2 on, no one out, Ben. Can we score?
She may have said that first pitch was a ball. So that pitch is outside. It's a count 2-1. I could have swore she said it was 1-1 beforehand. I thought she offered at that first pitch.
I did too.
We'll find out. She didn't signal a sign there. That pitch is low. And going to try to take third and in safely at third is Josie Andrews.
Oh, Josie. I'm glad the third baseman dropped the ball that time. It bounced out of her glove, but good aggressive base running there. Got him at second and third now, Ben.
2-2 the count here for Rodriguez.
I haven't seen it. Did she?
I don't. That's what I have. Whether or not that's accurate, we'll find out. A ball is dribbled up the middle. Andrews is coming home, and she is out at the plate. Runners are at first and third. It is a 1-2 put out. The fielder's choice has runners at first and third for Cordy Hancock. I think that's one where the freshman needs to learn she needs to stay put.
The only way they could get her on that is if it dribbled right back to the pitcher, which it did.
1 out. Hancock has reached all base Let me try that again. Has
Yeah.
reached base all 3
4.
times.
Yeah.
She is 2 for 3. She's doubled twice and reached on an error once.
Well, we need now. We just got 1 out, Ben. We need a big inning right here.
See if Rodriguez tries to take second on the first pitch. It's blooped up in the air, and the runner is out at second base.
And now it's out.
And
she tagged her out, but it's already
of the
out.
Inning. So it's an L6 and then a 6 on the putout to end the inning. For Seneca, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they strand 1.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online, campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half-priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the 4-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
And we welcome you back. It'll be 3-4-5 here for Aurora. Bailey Lauer, Dagan Stellwagen, and Larissa Valdez all coming to the plate. Seneca needs to try and leave this at a 4-1 game heading to the bottom half of the 7th. So that first pitch is outside for a ball, so counts 1-0. Seneca will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters due up in their half of the 7th. So need to try and leave this at a 3-run game. 1-0 the count here on Lauer. Back up the middle. King able to field an excellent field
play
there by King. It bounced over the head of Sommer, but King able to field it. There's one down for Dagan Stellwagen, who's 0 for 3.
Good play by Joe Lee that time. Moving to her right off a big hop over the top of Sommer. And a good accurate throw to first base.
So 1 out now. As here comes the first pitch from Sommer. That hits the outside corner, so the count's 0-1. A long game here this evening between these two teams. Not only, like you said, with a 2-hour and 11-minute lightning delay, but we're over 2 hours and 13 minutes of game time, too. So that pitch is low for a ball and counts 1-1. First pitch was at 6:41. And that's 8:54.
It's been a long. It's been just a long game, long drawn out game.
So here comes the 1-1. That pitch is high, maybe outside as well, and the count's 2-1. You know, Daryl, since they built this press box, I think this is the first time we've used the lights that I can remember.
Not usually in here at dark.
2-1.
Maybe very first of baseball season.
2-1 the count. Here comes the 2-1. That pitch is spoiled foul, and the count moves to 2-2. Seneca, our next Seneca broadcast next Monday, a non-conference game. As they head to Joplin. That's a 5 p.m. first pitch. Our next football broadcast is Friday night as the Indians face the Cubs in Monette. Monette 2-1 on the year, couple of convincing wins, and a loss to Aurora. Not to Aurora, a loss to Nevada. That game probably took a while because the final score was something like 64-35.
First game of the year, too, I believe it was, Ben.
Some are going to exchange softballs. That's really, Daryl, the first time we've seen that.
Seen that in a while, yeah.
So it must be just kind of a foggy night. 2-2 the count. Appreciate all the fans that have stuck through this with us. So here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed, gets away, but the runner is going to be safe at first base. So another strikeout, but the runner still reaches with one out. It's the second time it's happened on Seneca here today. That first run that it happened, Daryl, the runner came around and scored. So Larissa Valdez comes to the plate. She's 0 for 3.
It's those walks and errors that has hurt Seneca tonight.
Comes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Valdez, then Corneliuson. Corneliuson has been a problem here tonight. She has walked twice and doubled. Scored 2 of the 3 times she's been up. Comes the 0-1. Pitch is high, maybe outside. The runner at first fell down trying to get back. And so Davis kind of hesitated trying to throw down there. 1-1 the count here on Valdez. So here comes the 1-1. That's outside, and the count's 2-1. The more you walk / errors get on, the better chance Aurora has of getting some insurance runs here. 2-1 the count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Kinley Sommer. And it's inside. Somehow Valdez danced out of the way. How? I don't know.
How she avoided that one, I'll never know.
Daryl, if that was you or me, I think we'd get hit in the ribs.
Yeah, we're not near that flexible, Ben.
That would be a rib shot, and I might be done for the rest of the week. 3-1 the count. Here comes the 3-1. That's high for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now for probably the biggest problem for Seneca here tonight, Cameron Corneliuson. Think about it, Daryl. Seneca had something brewing in the 6th, and they kind of ran out of that inning themselves, and now Aurora is trying to take advantage here in the top of the 7th. So here comes the first pitch from Sommer. That hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-1. Seneca does still have one more softball game this week. They head to Big 8 opponent Nevada on Thursday. There will not be a broadcast of that game, though, from us. So that pitch is high for a ball. It gets by the catcher, and it allows runners to get to second and third. 1-1 the count, and now a base hit will score 2. Still only one out here in the top of the 7th. Look at the 4 runs that Sommer has given up. 3 of them are unearned. Theoretically, this game should be tied 1-1. That pitch is swung on and missed, and the count's 1-2, and this is really first time she's gotten ahead of Cornelison. 1-2 the count. One out here in the top of the 7th. What has been a long night for everybody here in Seneca. So here comes the 1-2. That pitch is high and outside, and the count's 2-2. Cornelison is fast enough. I mean, she has 2 runners in front of her, but she's fast enough to come around and score on a base hit.
Yeah, she's quick.
So you really don't want to allow her on. So here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That is a big second out for Seneca, as it looks like Macy Pinkley is back to the plate. Pinkley 0 for 2. Ocean Barton batted for her once, and she walked. And then Pinkley ran for her.
Yeah.
2 outs here. Seneca trying to strand those 2 runners and leave it a 3-run game heading into the bottom of the 7th. So that first pitch is in there for a strike, count 0-1. Pinkley tried to bunt her way on the first time. It was a good play by Sommer to get it to King. Second time, she just grounded back to Sommer on the mound. 0-1 the count here on Pinkley. Here comes the 0-1. And she offers at it, and the count's 0-2. This would be a big strikeout here if she can get it. You don't really care if it's a strikeout. You just want any kind of out.
Just an out. Keep this to a 3-run game. You might have a chance. You've got 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the top of the bottom of the 7th.
So here comes the 0-2 pitch. That is in the dirt, but a good job there by Davis of blocking it, and the count's 1-2. Once again, you think about this inning, Daryl, that runner at third got on via wild pitch pass ball on a strikeout. So you shouldn't even theoretically be having to face Pinkley right now.
Yeah.
So here comes a 1-2. And that pitch must have been low, and the count's 2-2. Mariscal's on deck. She's 0 for 2, but she's also walked once. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Here comes a 2-2. That's high and outside, and Pinkley has worked it from 1-2 to 3-2. Full count here, as Pinkley and Sommer are going to think about what they're going to do here. If you're Sommer, I think you go right at her, make her hit the ball.
Well, you don't have a choice. You don't want to walk her, so you just got to throw a strike down the middle of the plate.
3-2 is inside for ball 4. So the bases are loaded for the number 8 hitter, Genesis Mariscal. She is 0 for 2, but she's walked once. They are loaded via a strikeout, wild pitch, pass ball, a base on balls, and a base on balls.
Still looking for that third out, Ben, just to get out of the inning or get out of the top of the 7th. Just 1 run scored.
No runs scored this inning so far.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to have to hold it that way.
Well, that pitch is high, so the count's 1-0.
Because they're swinging away of just breaking this game open. And if you can go down 3, you've got a chance.
So here comes the 1-0. That pitch is low, and the count's 2-0. Now you really got to come after her. You really don't want to walk in a run here. Make them swing the bat. So here comes the 2-0. Lined right to Jamrose at first base. And that will end the inning for Aurora. No runs, no hits, no errors. They strand 3. Head to the bottom of the 7th. Seneca needing 3 to tie, 4 to walk it off here on the KNEO Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
My name is Bob Hampton. I'm the minister for the Hollow Springs Church of Christ. Has anybody ever made a promise to you but failed to keep it? May have been a family member or a friend. You know, a lot of times people will make a promise and for some reason they fail to keep them. But I know someone who always will keep his promise. In fact, the scriptures talk about Jesus making magnificent promises, precious and magnificent promises. And when Jesus makes a promise, he'll keep it because Jesus is the same today, yesterday, and forever. He cannot lie. In fact, John chapter 14, verse 1 and following, let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. You can count always on Jesus to keep his promise. Promises made, promises kept. I'm Bob Hampton for KNEO Radio.
Jolie King here to start off the 7th. She singled her last plate appearance. Did you see what that was?
It was low, ball 1.
So the count's 1-0. She is 1 for 3 on the day. So that pitch is swung on and missed, and the count's 1-1. Seneca needs 2 base runners to get on to have any kind of chance. One is outside, and the count's 2-1. So here comes the 2-1 from Brogdon. Pitch is yanked down the right field line, but it's fouled just past a first base dugout. Counts 2-2.
We needed that one to fall in, Ben.
It would be falling away from both the first baseman and the right fielder, so King
been triple.
Could have run for a while. 2-2 the count. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the first out of the inning. Sabby Jamrose comes to the plate. Jamrose 0 for 2 with a walk. This is where you can go after her because a solo home run doesn't matter.
Not going to matter too much.
So here comes the first pitch to her, and that's outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. Sommer 0 for 2 on the day. She hit a very deep foul ball in the 5th. She also has walked. That pitch is outside, and the count's 2-0. Barry, if you can get that far, is 1 for 2. Davis is 0 for 3. Got a long ways to go before you get that far. Pitch is in there for a strike. Count 2-1. That was a good one to swing at, but also was a 2-0 count. It's not a horrible pitch to take.
No.
2-1 pitch is up the right side for a single. Sabby Jamrose back in the hit column. Ball almost got away, but Aurora able to snag it. You still need one more base runner here if you're Seneca. Kinley Sommer comes to the plate. She almost tied the game in the 5th, but it was a long foul ball. It was curving foul and was just barely foul. 1 out here. Here comes the first pitch. That's high and outside for a ball. So counts 1-0. Have any kind of opportunity. You need one more to reach. And then a 3-run home run from somebody. So here comes the 1-0, and that's high and outside, and the count 2-0. You can be kind of selective 2-0 here if you're Sommer.
I'd be licking my chops, Ben, because I don't think she wants to go 3-0.
So here comes the 2-0 from Brogdon. Popped up in the air, foul territory. The catcher is able to catch it, and that is a big second out for Aurora.
Just got underneath it.
As Ava Berry comes to the plate, she's 1 for 2.
22, Ava Berry.
So 2 outs here for Berry. First pitch is dribbled down that third baseline foul. The count is 0-1. So 0-1 the count here. Seneca on the road at Nevada on Thursday. 3-game week here for Seneca. I believe they got a 3-game week next week as well. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, as that pitch is high and outside, and the count's 1-1. I believe next week it's Joplin Monday, on the road at Monette Tuesday. I forget who they play on Thursday. So here comes the 1-1. And that hits the outside corner, and Aurora is a strike away. 1-2 the count here on Berry, who needs to protect with 2 strikes. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will end the ball game. Seneca falls by a final score of 4-1. They do not get any runs in the inning. 1 base hit, no errors, and they strand 1. 4-1 your final score. The postgame show is sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District after this quick break on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
Hi, I'm Pastor Rod Van Gorkum of First Baptist Church Seneca, and I would like to take a minute and share about grace. What is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something you don't deserve. See, I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God gives away to me and to others by His grace. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 11, "For the grace of God hath appeared, bringing salvation to all men." Have you accepted God's gift of grace, His salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ? If not, please do. For the Bible says today is the day of salvation. For KNEO Radio, I'm Rod Van Gorkum.
And we welcome you back for the final time. Aurora improves to 4-8 overall, 1-1 in Big 8 play. Seneca falls to 3-8 overall, 0-2 in Big 8 play. Seneca 1 run, 8 hits. They strand 10. Aurora 4 runs, 6 runs. They strand 9. Mallory Brogdon is your winner. 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 3 walks, 13 strikeouts. Kinley Sommer, your loser. 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts. Seneca's next. Our next Seneca softball broadcast will be next Monday evening as they head to Joplin. Our next Seneca broadcast is on Friday evening as the football team heads to Monette. The post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District. For Coach Darryl Harbaugh, I'm Ben Wolcott saying so long here from Seneca. We thank you for watching high school sports here on the KNEO Sports Network and for sticking with us through the lightning delay here on KNEO.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.